I'm going to Disney World this week, and in classic Kelsey fashion, I have a bunch of last minute things that I want to make, so I'm taking you all along with me. Okay, the first thing I want to make is from this material that I got last year, or maybe more than a year ago, but here it is. This is vintage Winnie the Pooh fabric. It is not a bed sheet, which is super duper rare for me. I'm honestly not sure if it was new or not. It very well could have been. I got it from this secondhand craft store that I love called Remainders. This is definitely one of my best finds, like, of all time, and I've been dying to use it.
I love that Tigger is like so weird looking. Why is he like a dog in these ones?
So let's get into what I want to make.
I've been seeing these cute little dresses all over my Pinterest with like this drop waist gathered skirt, so that's kind of what I'm going for.
So for like the base of the dress, I'm going to be using my petal dress pattern from my book, but I'm going to be making quite a few modifications, so if you're interested in making something similar, follow along. I think first thing I'm going to do is try on the dress that I already have and then kind of see where I want to cut it off at the bottom and go from there. Okay, I actually tried it on inside out since the white is closer to the fabric I'll be using, just so I can like visualize things. And then I tucked the petal collar in because I'm gonna be making it without the collar. I think I decided I want the ruffles to start around like my hip bones. That kind of seemed like where it was in the inspo pictures as well. Okay, I think it's time to get cutting. For the front, I think I'm gonna use this scene. I really like this one of Tigger in the tree too, but unfortunately it's really close to the edge and I don't want to seam down the center, so we're going with this one. And then I'm gonna do this one on the back again, just because it is in the middle and the fabric is not very wide.
From here, I cut out all my pieces. For the ruffle layer at the bottom, I wanted it to hit around my mid-thigh, so I kind of just measured that height and then made it about 2 times the width of the bottom of the dress pieces. And if you're sewing along, all of the instructions in my book will basically be the same minus the petal collar steps like I mentioned before. I'm also not going to close up the bottom of the dress since we're just going to be adding the ruffle to that later. I feel like there's been so many new things and updates since I was at Disney World last year, and I'm always looking for an excuse to make myself some new pieces, so I was just really excited to be working on this finally. Another tiny modification I made was, instead of the tie closure on the back of the neck, I decided to use elastic and one of these cute little flower buttons that I've had for so long in my stash. This pattern is so good for modifying, so let me know if y'all want to see any more pattern hacking vids for it or for any of the patterns in my book. Also, here you can see some pockets that I added initially and actually ended up removing once the dress was already done because they made the skirt stick out weird, so yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. Moving on. As usual, this took me longer than I thought it would, but eventually I got it done and here's the finished dress. I think it's pretty much exactly what I was going for. Also, how perfect does it look hanging on my Pooh door hanger? If you made it this far, leave a little honeypot emoji in the comments. Stay tuned to see the full fit at Disney World and come back tomorrow for day 2 to see what else I'm making.